Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So first and last Dhyana shlokas, okay? Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata Narayanena swayam Vyasena grathitam Purana munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba tvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavad Gīte bhavatveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Manti Divyai Vedai Saṅkalpa-prabhavān Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidussura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha. So we are now in the 6th chapter where Bhagavan Krishna is talking about what? Talking about Dhyanam. And yesterday I told you that Dhyanam can be on what? Two things. We can have Dhyanam on two things. One is Dhyanam on God. We take one form, your God, which is who is very, very, you love some God, say Ganapati, Hanuman, Shiva. So you have a great love for one particular God, no, one particular, Devata. So what do? You think of that God and do Dhyanam. Repeatedly chant the name of the Lord. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or Ganganapataye Namaha, Ganganapataye Namaha. Correct? Like that, what do? You keep on closing your eyes and chanting inside your mind. That is called as Japa. Okay, Japa, that is called as. That is also what is called as Dhyanam. Now, Krishna says there is one more type of Dhyanam. What is that Dhyanam? Whatever you have learned from me, whatever you have learned, the scriptures, whatever they are teaching you, and you have learned from me, you can again and again and again think about that. And you can contemplate on that, revise on that. This revision of whatever you have learned from me is also called Dhyanam. Now, what did Krishna tell Arjuna? He told, you are not the body. You are the Atma. Now, this is a teaching of Bhagavan, correct? And this is a teaching from the scriptures, from the Upanishad. So, Krishna says, even this, not like Japa, but you can sit in one place with all the preparations that were told yesterday, and then keep your eyes half open, and you can think about this. I am not the body, I am the Atma. Now, that thought, you did not do like Japa. You did not say, I am not the body and the Atma. You did not do that. But you can revise over whatever Lord Krishna has told about this lesson. Like, you revise your lessons, correct? When you have learned something, what do? You revise your lessons at home. You read it again after you go home. What do? You try to remember. You try to recollect. You do Dhyanam over whatever was taught by the teacher. Similarly, what Lord Krishna says is, whatever you have learned from me, whatever anybody learns from his guru, and what kind of a knowledge? That knowledge of the scriptures, which is learned from the guru, it can be again thought of again and again and again. This is also called as Dhyanam, Anusandhanam, and there is another word which I gave yesterday called as Nididhyasanam. This is also a type of Dhyana. This is also Dhyana. And what is Krishna talking about in this chapter? He is concentrating more on this revision of whatever has been learned. So Lord Krishna is now talking about nididhyasanam or anusandhanam, or whatever teaching he received from Krishna, thinking about that again and again, called as dhyanam. So here in this chapter, Lord Krishna is not talking about japa of your Ishtadevata. He is talking about what? Remembering, revising whatever he learned from Krishna. And he gave a lot of preparations, correct? As to how one should sit, what should be the ideal way of sitting, what should be the type of asana that should be there, how one should sit straight, the head, then the neck and the body should be in the same straight line, and how one must not keep on moving the hands and legs, how one must not look on going on looking here and there. One should do what? One should keep your body straight without moving. And what else? You have to look straight ahead. If you keep your eyes open, you may be getting distracted. Correct? If you close your eyes, you may feel sleepy and fall asleep. So what did Krishna say? He said, you keep your eyes half open. And how do you keep your eyes half open? Just like as though you are looking at the tip of your nose. You don't have to struggle and keep all the time looking like this, then you will get headache. Simply Krishna is telling you giving you one method of keeping your eyes half closed. Whose nose you should look at? Your own nose, not somebody else's nose. Okay? You can't ask your father or mother or brother or sister to sit in front of you and look at their nose. No, your own nose you have to look at. You may say, Amma, I don't have a sharp nose. I have a very flat nose. I can't see the tip of my nose. It doesn't matter. You don't have to struggle to see the tip of your nose. What Dr. Krishna says is, just keep your eyes half open. And then what did he talk about? The right way of sitting for this dhyanam? He said, you should not eat too much also. If you eat too much, what happens? All the blood will get circulated to the stomach. So now what if you have starved yourself or not eaten for the whole day or not eaten the previous night, what will happen? You are so hungry, you can't concentrate on the dhyanam. Correct? Similarly, Lord Krishna said, you should not oversleep also. Now, another thing is Krishna says is, one should not sleep very less also. Supposing you have not slept at all yesterday night, today morning, when you try to, do your dhyanam, what happens? All that loss of sleep, your body will try to get that sleep and you will again fall asleep. Therefore, your mind should be alert. It should not be lazy. It should not fall asleep. Therefore, all these things have to be taken care of. And also, Lord Krishna said, exercise also. Too much of straining of the body. Supposing you say, morning I will go for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers running and then come back and I will sit and do the dhyanam. It may not be possible. You may be very tired. Supposing you are very lazy and for days together you have not taken any exercise, then also you will become very lazy. So what did Krishna say? Yukta ahara, yukta vihara, yukta nidra, yukta cheshta. What is the meaning of that? Movements of the body, exercise, sleep, and also eating should be moderate. It should not be either too much or too little. And then you have to, once you sit in dhyanam, then what should you do? In the next verse, we will take the 24th verse of the 6th chapter. What does he say? saṅkalpa-prabhavān kāmāns tyaktvā sarvān aśheṣhataḥ manasaivendriya-grāmaṁ viniyamya samantataḥ. So what he says here, let all your sense organs, what are the sense organs? The eyes anyway, you have half closed, but your ears are open, your nose is open, it is smelling the masala dosa which Amma is making in the kitchen, correct? Then your ears are open, all people outside who are coming to sell the vegetables and all with loudspeakers now, you will hear all their noises, correct? Your tongue, of course, is inside. It cannot taste anything. You are not talking anything. But your skin is there, which is feeling other things also. Supposing you are sitting outside, cold air may be there. So you will be feeling cold. So what Krishna says is that you see that all your sense organs are concentrating, your mind is concentrating on what dhyanam you are doing. Let your sense organs, means what? Eyes you have closed. Let all the other sense organs not run here and there. Don't keep on trying to smell what is happening in the kitchen. Don't give too much of attention to any smell that your nose picks up. Don't bother about the sound your ears will hear. And don't think of anything which sensations you feel on the skin. It will be there. But try to ignore them. That is what Krishna is telling. And then what does he say? He says, don't unnecessarily think of anything else. What should you think of here? Dhyanam on what? Either you are doing dhyanam on God's name, or now here we are talking about dhyanam on the teaching. So today I have taught you something. So tomorrow morning, if you are sitting in meditation and dhyanam, what is the topic of your dhyanam? What was taught now today? Correct? So don't think of anything else. Oh, today what will happen in the school? Have I done my homework or not? Will the teacher scold me? What question will he ask me? If your mind starts thinking of what is going to happen during the day, then your mind is not able to concentrate on the dhyan. Correct? If your mind is all the time thinking of yesterday, day before yesterday, like yesterday, oh, that fellow, that my friend, that dṛiḍham, he scolded me, he shouted at me, he didn't talk to me, I didn't do anything to him. Lucky will be feeling like that. Lucky will say, why dṛiḍham talked like that yesterday to me? Why in the game he, did something, he cheated me. Like that, you will think of all these things which happened yesterday, day before. Correct, Lucky? So you are not going to think of what happened in the past, and you are not going to think of what is going to happen after this. That means what? You concentrate. The only thing in your mind should be what? That I am doing dhyanam. I am contemplating on this particular topic. So I will not think of anything else. Okay, and it's a story, So once it says a guru told a shishya that he had given him mantra, japa, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And then he told the student, what did he say? Don't think of the monkey when you are doing the japa. Correct? Don't think of monkey when you are doing the japa. So when he sat for japa, all the time his mind was on the monkey. Why? Guru has told me not to think of the monkey. So I should not think of monkey. Now, once that monkey thought comes, the mind is like a monkey, correct? It runs here and there. All the time, 20 minutes of japa, he was only thinking about monkey. Oh, I should not think about monkey. He will again start bringing his mind back to Om Namah Shivaya. Again, oh, I should not think of monkey. So all the time, the monkey is in his mind. So what is meant is that avoid trying to think of anything else. Okay, just try to concentrate your mind like you concentrate when you are studying in the class. When the teacher is teaching you something, now you are listening to me. You are concentrating, correct, on what I am telling you? Same way, try to concentrate upon whatever is the subject of your meditation, subject of your dhyanam. And in the next verse, Krishna says, Lord Krishna also knows that concentration is difficult, correct? It is very difficult. Krishna also knows. So what is he telling in the next verse? How to manage this when the mind runs here and there? Śhanair uparamed, buddhyā dhṛiti-gṛihītayā, ātma-sansthaṁ manaḥ kṛitvā, na kiñchid chintayet. So he says that śhanaiḥ uparamed. Your Swami has told this many times, no, to you. Śhanaiḥ uparamed. Swami's very favorite verse this is. Whenever he talks about Bhagavad Gita to the school children, he will talk about this. What is the meaning of śhanaiḥ? Don't force your mind all the time like the monkey fellow. Okay? Slowly you withdraw the mind. Śhanaiḥ. Yes, you try to concentrate, and what Amma has talked yesterday evening, suddenly your mind is going somewhere. What do? Slowly you try to bring it back. Not with force. Lovingly you try to bring it back. Correct? Supposing you have a small brother or sister, and that small child is running out. What do? You hold the hand of the child and bring it back. Correct? After some time, that small baby will run again. Again, you will go and slowly, lovingly, Bedappa, don't go, come back. You will bring the child back. Correct? You all have seen that, no? Huh? Like that only. The mind is also like a naughty child. It keeps moving from one place to the other, finds it difficult to concentrate. So what should you do? Śhanaiḥ means slowly try to bring the mind back to where? Try to bring the mind back to the topic of concentration on whatever topic you are concentrating. Okay. Then what happens here? You may try to do it, but then Arjuna now says that Arjuna has learned this now. What has he learned? How to sit, of course, not in the battlefield. Arjuna cannot do dhyanam in the battlefield, can he? Can he put a mat over which a cloth and then sit samakkaya, shiro, grivam, all that? Can he do that now? He cannot do that because he's in a war field. Krishna is telling him that this is how dhyanam should be done. It is meant for us through Arjuna. He's teaching all of us how to do the dhyanam. Now, Arjuna also might have done dhyanam earlier because Arjuna was also a great person, correct? He had to keep all his ayudhas very, very strong by chanting all kinds of mantras because his ayudhas were what? Divya ayudhas. They were heavenly ayudhas. They were given by Indra, Shiva and other people. So to keep those ayudhas, to keep those weapons intact, their power intact, he had to keep them by chanting mantras to keep them active. Naturally, Arjuna knows how to do dhyanam. Correct, Mihar Hassan? So he knows how to do dhyanam, no? So Arjuna also knows how to do dhyanam. But then Arjuna has experienced a difficulty like all of us. Like we experience difficulties, no? He has also experienced difficulties. And what is his difficulty? It is the difficulty of all of us. What will we say when the teacher asks us to concentrate? My mind is very restless, sir, you will say. Correct? My mind is running from here to there. My mind is very restless. It is not sitting in one place. Every few seconds, it is running from here to there. Correct, Sharat? Whenever we try to concentrate, what happens? Our mind runs here and there, here and there, here and there. So, Arjuna asked this question to Bhagwan. What does he say? In the 34th verse of the 6th chapter, Arjuna asked this question. Chañchalaṁ hi manaḥ kṛiṣhṇa pramāthi balavad dṛiḍham tasyāhaṁ nigrahaṁ manye vājoriva su-duṣhkaram. Hey Bhagwan, hey Krishna, you told me how I have to do the Dhyana. Don't think I have not done it before. I have also done Dhyana. Maybe not on what you are teaching me now, because this was not taught to me earlier. But I have done Ishvara Dhyanam. I have done Japa of God's name. I have done Dhyanam to keep my ayudhas strong and powerful. But then, hey Krishna, it is not so easy. It is not so easy to concentrate. Even in our studies, haven't we found that, children? When we are revising for the examination on some study we are trying to do, our mind runs here and there with one word. Somewhere our mind runs, correct? So Arjuna is asking this question. He says, Hey Krishna, chañchalaṁ hi manaḥ. My mind is very chañchala. You know what is the meaning of chañchala, no? Keeps moving here and there, here and there. It keeps on like this. If you put a graph of your mind, you know, it will be like this. If you connect an electrode to your brain and record on a paper, how will be your mind, how will be your brain functioning, mind thought, like this, it will be going on. That means from one thought to another thought, the mind is jumping from one place to the other. Like a monkey, it is jumping. So he is saying, Hey Krishna, it is so difficult to control this mind. The mind doesn't listen to me at all. My mind simply gets lost here and there. And it is so strong. Pramāthi, balavad, dṛiḍham. It is turbulent. My mind is so turbulent. Turbulent means what? Have you heard your mother trying to remove butter from curds when she does this? How that thing moves, or in a mixer, how it moves, how in a washing machine, how it moves. That turbulence, you have seen the turbulence? So he says that this mind is so disturbing, so turbulent, and it is very strong, Hey Krishna. It simply pulls me away. I don't even know when I get lost. I don't even know when my mind has moved away. Tasyāhaṁ nigrahaṁ manye su-duṣhkaram. It is very difficult for me to control this mind. And what example is Arjuna giving? Vayoho iva. Try to catch the wind. Can you catch the wind? You can't catch, no? Try to keep wind in a bottle and then close it. See, let us see. Is it possible? It's not possible. Wind is moving, just with both your hands, you try put it in a bag. Is it possible? Not possible. So wind is constantly flowing here and there, and you can't hold it in one place. Correct? It is good that the air is flowing, no? Supposing one day Vayu or wind or air decides that inside the lungs of all these people, I'm so cozy and warm. Correct? Okay. Now he says, you know, what does he say? The Vayu, once he says that, Hey Dhruva, ninna lungs nali, I feel so happy, cozy and nice. I will not come out at all. I'll sit in your lung only. If air says like that, what will happen? It will not come out. It will sit there. What will happen? You can't breathe. Correct? That means Vayu or air should move in and move out. It is the very nature of air and wind to keep moving. And what is Arjuna saying? It is so difficult to control the wind. You can't hold the wind like that. This mind is also very, very difficult to keep in one place. So what does Bhagavan say in the next verse, in the 35th verse, he says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha asamshayam mahā-bāho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So Krishna says, asamshayam. You are right, Arjuna. You are very right. Your mind is difficult to control. You are very right. The mind keeps running here and there, it keeps running. I'm very much aware of it. But then what is the secret? How to keep your mind focused on one thing? Abhyasena. Means what? By practice. Constant practice. Sitting the way Lord Krishna described, then śhanaiḥ, uparamed, gradually withdrawing the mind out of practice. It may take you how much time? It may take you days together. It may take you weeks together. But practice is the only thing. What about your games, children? When you are playing games, if you are running 100 meters running athletics, in one day only will you be able to clock it in say 10 seconds or 20 seconds? No, correct? Today, you may take, 20 seconds to go to 100 meters. Then you keep on doing that every day. Then you may be able to set a record. Correct? So, everything depends on practice. Cycle ಓಡಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು? Do you remember when you started learning to cycle bicycle? How was it? Initially, you lost balance. You went here and there, and you lost balance, like the mind only, correct? But you went on practicing. Now, when you ride the bicycle, you're looking here, you're looking there, you're talking to your friends next to you. You are having one person behind on the carrier also, one bag hanging on your handle, somebody else sitting on the rod in front, and other 2-3 next to you. You are laughing, you are talking, everything, and you are going. What has happened? Abhyasa. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. And vairagya. Vairagya means what? I should be totally committed to this practice without thinking of other things. Okay? I want to bring my mind back to dhyanam. I will withdraw my mind from other things and practice to concentrate on this. So, abhyasa and vairagya. Abhyasa means what? Practice. Vairagya means what? Constantly withdrawing the mind from when it goes to the other objects. So what is Krishna saying here? That by practice, by constant practice, everything is possible. Isn't it? By constant practice, everything is possible. You yourself have seen in your own lives, correct? Whether it is sports, whether it is studying, whether it is riding a cycle, whether it is doing some kind of exercises, or sitting for some time. When you are sitting in front of Swami, you should sit straight, quietly for 15 minutes without moving. Practice, no? Without practice, you can't do that. Correct? Supposing you want to learn singing, when you want to start singing Saregama Padanisa, so you have to stop on sa, like that. Initially, how long it will take you? Within sa, it will become, correct? Slowly, by constant practice, you will be able to stop on that sa for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever it is, correct? What is that? Practice, correct? So he says that dhyanam should also be a practice. With practice, you will be able to manage your mind. Now, in the last section of the chapter, Arjuna has got another doubt. So Arjuna asks, I will just introduce this to you. I will not deal in detail. Now, what Arjuna says is, supposing I am constantly trying for this to practice dhyana. Okay? Constantly trying. But somehow, for days together, months together, nothing happens. I am not able to continue to practice. Supposing there is a very old man or an old woman who is trying to practice this dhyanam. Dhyanam on either a particular god or dhyanam on whatever I have learned. Okay? Supposing I keep on doing. Supposing this old person forgets everything. You know, nowadays you have heard many old people are forgetting things. We call it what? Dementia. You must have heard this term, no? They forget everything, correct? After 70, 80. And they would have studied all this, but they have forgotten everything. They are not able to do the dhyanam for whatever reason. Physically, they may not be healthy. Mentally, they may have forgotten dhyanam. And supposing before even you became an expert in dhyanam, supposing an old person dies without even getting the trick of this dhyanam, then what happens? Is it a waste? Is all your revision that you have done, dhyanam that you have done, is it going to be wasted? That is Arjuna's worry. Now what Arjuna is fighting a war, no? He doesn't know whether he is going to win or not. He doesn't know whether he is going to be alive or not. And he says, supposing a person in the old age or for whatever reason is not able to continue this dhyanam, then what happens to such a person? Will he lose all the benefits of all the dhyanam he has done in this life? So what does Lord Krishna say? Lord Krishna says, no, whatever dhyanam you have done, whatever karma yoga you have done, whatever meditation you have done, however much you have studied, Lord Krishna has told you, however much you have understood, it will never be wasted. In the next life, you will start from where you have stopped. Okay, that is the promise that Krishna is giving us at the end of this chapter. So he says, try in this life itself to understand what I am telling you, Arjuna. Try to understand that you are not the body, but you are the Atma. If you are not able to do dhyanam on this, if you are not able to get this in this life, for any of us, for any of our elderly people also, this is a promise that Lord Krishna is giving. He says that nothing is wasted. When you do something for the sake of God, it is not a waste. You have started your karma yoga, offering all your actions to God. You are receiving all the results of action as God's prasada. That will never be wasted. Whenever you come back again, even if there is a long break, supposing you say now that I tried to study it in school, I was doing everything as karma yoga, I also learned little bit of Bhagavad Gita, I was also doing little bit of dhyanam, but what to do? After high school, in PUC, I was so busy, I had to go to tuition. Then I joined engineering college. I could not do anything, no dhyana, no Bhagavad Gita, nothing. Then I joined a job. I was so busy. So for last 30 years, I have not done anything. Will it be a waste? No. Whenever you start again, later in your life, you will start from where you have stopped. Supposing an old person who is in his 80s or 90-year-old, and while doing this sadhana, while doing this dhyanam and other things, he is not able to complete this. He has not fully understood what Lord Krishna has said. He is not able to do the dhyanam, and this old person passes away. But then don't worry, Krishna says, you will come back in the next life also. You will be born with a body in such a way, you will be born in a family in such a way that nothing is lost. You will start from where you have stopped, like a relay race. You know relay race? You start, you give the baton to somebody, and from there it goes further. It doesn't come back. It goes till the end. So Krishna promises us that once this journey is started, what is the journey? The journey of a karma yogi, the journey of a person who does dhyanam, the journey of a person who tries to understand what Lord Krishna is talking about, what our scriptures are telling. For such a person, no effort is wasted, no knowledge is wasted. Okay? It will come back to you. Wherever you are, in whichever situation you are, it will come back to you. And Krishna says, I will see that you get connected where you lost. I will see that you will get the reconnection from where you stop. And you will go further and further and further. So, for a karma yogi and for a person who does dhyana, for a person who is seriously interested in knowing what Lord Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita, there is nothing wasted, no wastage. Every time it will be with you. Temporarily, you may feel that you have forgotten, but it will come back. In this life also, it will not leave you. In further lives also, it will not leave you. It will protect you. It will connect you back to wherever you have stopped. And therefore, he tells Arjuna, Hey Arjuna, yogi bhava. What is the meaning of yogi bhava? Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna, he says in the last verse. What is the meaning of that? Hey Arjuna, start the first step. What is the first step? Be a karma yogi. Second step, you go to the Jnana Yoga. Learn whatever I am telling you. And third step, what now? Try to contemplate. Try to meditate upon whatever I have taught you. Therefore, hey Arjuna, become a meditator. Means what? Try to meditate upon whatever I have taught you. Try to revise whatever I have taught you. Okay, so with this, the sixth chapter ends. So, what did we see in the sixth chapter, children? First, we saw self effort is very important, especially in this, when you want to get this knowledge. Self effort is very important. Bhagwan may give us the knowledge, he may tell us so many things, but then self effort is a very important thing. We have to put our effort. That is the first thing. Secondly, Lord Krishna talked about meditation. What is meditation? What are the preparations for meditation? What is dhyanam? Two types of dhyanam he talked about. And here he talked about dhyanam or revision or constant contemplating on whatever was taught to Arjuna. Correct? Then in the third session today, what we saw was what are the difficulties in meditation, how the mind is so restless, how the mind keeps going here and there, how to bring the mind back to meditation. So, what are the difficulties in meditation, and what system you should follow regarding food, sleep, activities, okay? All those things Krishna talked about to make meditation or dhyanam easy for us. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.